Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Metroid Other M Zero Suit Samus Figma figure from Max Factory and the Good Smile Company. That's right, I have taken a look at some of the other Figma Nintendo figures here in the past, including the one of Samus in her standard uniform or her armor. But today we're taking a look at the version outside of that suit, wearing just the standard Zero suit, straight out of the Other M video game. So let's jump right in and take a look. As you can see, she comes in window box packaging that fully showcases our action figure with M, with a nice cool Other M kind of style on there with the logo from the video game. And as you rotate that around to the back side of the box, we get a good look at some of the different poses you'll be able to pull off with the included figure and all of her accessories. So let's go ahead and pull Samus outside of the packaging and take a closer look at her. Let's go ahead and start with the scale. I'll bring in the tape measure here, where you can see that this figure stands right around 5.5 inches tall. So that actually makes her a bit shorter than the other Samus Aran figure we already have, the armored up version. But that's always kind of how it is. She is shorter when she's in the suit. She gets a little taller because of the form of the suit, I guess. But it's kind of interesting to look at these two side by side and see how they pair up. So let's go ahead and look at the figure itself and just check out some of the sculpting and the awesome details on this. So we'll go ahead and start with the head sculpt there, and it is worth noting that like all of the other Figma figures, you've got lots of interchangeable pieces, including interchangeable faces and heads. Yes, that's right. Not only can we swap the faces, but we have the ability to swap the hair out on this as well. So the way I've got her displayed right now is in her standard head pose, where she's got her hair pulled back into a ponytail there, which is very, very nice. You can see it's a nice bright yellow in color, and it actually has a bit of a shine to it, almost like pearlized. So you can really see the way it shines under the light there. And then the face that I've got on currently is the much more stern look on her face, which is my preferred face here. But you can see it does capture the look of the character as she appeared in the game, complete with the little beauty mark there underneath her mouth. If we want to, we can actually swap this out for a faceplate that's got a much friendlier looking face on it. So if you want to do that, let me show you how that works. The bangs on the hair will actually pop right off. You can see there's a little peg there, so we can pull those right out of that socket. And then you're just going to pull the face right off the front, just like that. If you've ever had a Figma figure before, you are probably familiar with exactly how this works. Basically, you'll just take that new faceplate, swap it on the little peg there. We can click the little bangs right back on. And now if we want to, we can display Samus with a much happier, much lighthearted looking face sculpt there. So just a different way to kind of pose the figure around. Now, I did mention that there is an entire head swap ability altogether, so aside from just changing the faces, if we want to, we can pull the entire head off here, and then we can bring in this other head that's got a shorter haircut. So you can just pop the neck peg right in there, and again, we'll just need to remove the bangs from the front of the head just like that. And then we can add either of the face sculpts that we want to there. So I'll just go ahead and take kind of the happier face sculpt just for this particular instance to show you guys how to swap these on. And then you'll just plug that right onto the peg on the front there. And then we will swap the front of the hair back on. And now we have the ability to display Samus as her younger self. So this, of course, does come straight out of the Other M video game. That particular storyline where we had some flashbacks. So you've got her with the shorter kind of bob haircut. She's got the little earpiece in there. And that way it just gives you another way that you can display this figure if you'd like. Now, personally, I would rather display her with the standard longer hair, so we're going to go ahead and swap back to that real quick before we move along and look at the rest of the figure. Alright, so let's take a look at the design of the rest of the figure. So, of course, since she's in the Zero suit, she's wearing that bright blue bodysuit that we've come to see her wear in a lot of the video games out there, including Smash Brothers, Other M, and just a lot of the more recent Metroid games. It's a very, very nice look. You can see the overall sculpt is very sleek in its design, and it's got a great mixture of colors in there. That's kind of like bright blues and dark blues, and it also has a really nice metallic shine to it. You can see the way the lights are reflecting off of it. When you look at the back, you do have some nice pink and red kind of details there seen on the design on her back, and you can also see that on the top of her left hand there. One of the other designs that I really like is strapped over here to her thigh on the right side is a gun holster where you can see the handle of a blaster sticking out of it. Now what's really cool is this is just the handle itself. You can pop this out of there, and if you want to display her with the full blaster, that is actually included. So it's really cool that this right here is just to kind of make it look like that it's holstered at her side, but if you want to display the actual gun in her hand, you can pop the handle out there and then you can put the actual gun in her hand. So really nice little design there. So I've got to say they did a great job working in the articulation here without breaking up the sculpt at all. You can see how smooth it all looks all the way across. You'll notice that there is no waist joint there because they definitely kept the body intact there so that there was no lines breaking up the sculpt. But I also like how they really cleverly hid some of the other torso articulation and such like that. It looks really, really good, but she still has the ability to pose around very nicely, exactly as you would expect from a Figma figure. So let's go ahead and run down the articulation real quick. First of all, on the head with the ponytail, one of the things that I like is that the ponytail itself is articulated. So you can swing that from side to side and even kind of move it in and out, so that way you can get some really nice different poses with it, making it look windswept or just kind of laying on either side of her shoulders there. Of course, that head is nicely jointed with it being able to roll all the way around, looking left and right. Great range of motion there. She does have really nice joints at the shoulders, so the arms can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. And you notice, like a lot of the Figmas, it is jointed in two places, so on the actual shoulder itself as well as inside. So you can see that you have the ability to kind of move the arms up and down as well as out and forward. So that does allow for a great range of motion. You got these great little softer ball joints at the elbows, so you see great range of motion there with it swiveling, moving forwards and backwards. It is double jointed, and then you do have the same kind of really nice ball joints at the wrist there, so the hands can move all the way around. That torso joint is also ball jointed, so you can see you can rock her body all the way around there. The legs are on these nice hinge joints there, the hinge ball joints. The legs can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. You'll notice that I just popped the leg off. This is pretty common with a lot of the Figma figures. They snap right back on, but it is just a common thing where when you're moving the joints around, sometimes the arms or the legs will pop right off socket. That's actually the way they're designed so that they don't break. So again, like I said, it's very easy to pop them right back on, and they're nice and sturdy once you get them on there. You do have nice joints at the knees. Again, it's that kind of softer joint there, but you can see great range of motion, great flexibility there. So legs can go forwards, backwards, as well as swivel side to side there. And you got the same kind of nice ball joints at the ankles that we saw at the wrists. So the feet can also rock side to side, as well as move forwards and backwards. So you should be able to pull off some pretty great poses here with her. Now, to help out with all of the poses, of course, she does come with several interchangeable hands. And just like with all the Figmas, I love this because we get this great little thing here that holds on to all of the hands, and swapping them off is very easy. I'm going to go ahead and pop off the right hand here to show you how it just pulls right off the little peg there. And I've already placed the blaster and the trigger finger because she does have trigger fingers there to hold on to that. So we'll place that on there, and now we've got her holding on to that blaster that I talked about earlier, which is really, really nice. In addition to that, she does also have a set of open hands. She's got a set of more closed, almost looking like they're gripping hands, and then she also has a thumbs up hand, so we can do that famous Samus thumbs up, or recreate the thumbs down from the younger Samus flashbacks. You know, everybody loves this game. That's sarcasm, of course, because Other M, doesn't necessarily seem to be everybody's favorite game, but I love that we've got these extra options included so that we can do the different poses from the various games. So pretty cool stuff there. In addition to that, we also come with Adam's helmet. Again, straight out of the story from Metroid Other M. This is not something that she can actually wear. It's not going to fit on her head. It's just meant to have her hold or carry to put in the display. But still, it's very nicely painted, great sculpt, has a great metallic shine to it, and does work really nicely with the overall display of the figure. Just like all the other Figma figures, we also get this really nice display stand, which has got the articulated arm on there, which works out very nice for being able to pose the figure in various different ways. On her back, you might have noticed that on the lower portion of her back, she does have a little hole there that will plug right into the articulated arm of this display. And this actually works out very nice because, as you can see, I've got her pose just standing there, but it does a great job of keeping her balanced. One thing, because of her smaller feet that kind of have like the high heels going on there, she does stand fine on her own, but sometimes she does have some balance issues in different poses. So this arm articulated on the stand right here is going to help her pull off some of those poses because it holds on nice and tight, gets her to stand there, but you can also get some cool running poses, you can get some jumping poses. It's going to help you pull off some really great action shots with this brand new Samus. So there you guys go. There is a look at the brand new Zero Suit Samus Figma figure from the Good Smile Company. I've been a big fan of what Figma's done with the Nintendo properties. It's been a while since we've seen a new one, but I really like this figure. I think she's done really well. She's got a great amount of articulation and really cool accessories. Yes, she's based on Other M, but still, she works as a great Zero Suit Samus. Like I said, she looks just like the character wearing the blue jumpsuit that we've seen in several games. You can add her to the shelf with the rest of your Nintendo figures to create kind of a Super Smash Bros. Display if you want to, or she just looks great posed with the other Samus Figma that we've already got in this line. So really cool stuff, and I'm very, very happy with her. Now, of course, like all the other Figma figures, this is an import item, which means she's a bit pricey. This particular figure is ranging around the $60 to $65 mark, so she's definitely going to cost you a little bit much. If you want to get her, you have to find somewhere that carries them. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store, so I'll put a link in the video description if you want to check her out. Happy hunting, my friends! And hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.